Hi, everybody. So today is Monday. That means it's time for a family movie night. And this week, we're continuing on our teen month, which is the month where we talk about a little bit more mature films than we typically would do for family movie night. And this is our third year doing it. I've really enjoyed it. And today, we're talking about the 80s classic, Dirty Dancing. And this is a film that stars Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze. Jennifer plays a girl named Baby who is going to a vacation resort in the Catskills and called Kellerman's, and she's gone there the last few summers, but this summer, particular summer, is going to be something different. She's 17. She's ready to kind of grow up, and one of the things I don't think this movie is given enough credit for is it's not just a silly dance movie. Like, it definitely takes on bigger themes than that. You see that Baby quickly becomes friendly with the dancers and other staff of the resort, and she finds out that one of the women there is pregnant and is in need of an abortion. And a lot of people might have a problem with that. I am extremely pro-life, but here's the key. I don't need the characters in my movies to make the same choices that I would make. All they need to be is valid choices for that character at that moment, meaning that I can understand why that character would make that choice at that time. I don't watch movies to just parrot back my own life choices. I watch movies to understand people and understand why they make the choices that they do. If I only watched movies that were about people like me, then I'd only have like one movie. Uh, very few movies are about a Mormon single girl in nearly 40. I've never seen a movie like that. So I don't need that. I just need them to feel valid for that character and that moment that they would make that choice. And so I feel like that's done here. I can understand why Penny is been brought to that point, why she makes the choice that she makes. I think it's sad that she makes that choice, but nevertheless, I understand it. And that's what's important, is that understanding. And that's what's important for Baby as a character. She comes to understand the world better as a character. She understands the challenges that people have, the discrimination that people have, the way that people are dismissed and criticized unfairly, but also sort of the pass that people of a certain class get. That Robbie gets a pass because of the way he looks and the way that he talks and the way that all these things. He is going to go to Harvard, going to go to things, and he's not criticized because of what he did to Penny. But as soon as anybody thinks that Johnny did it, then immediately his career's over and ruined and everything like that. And so, yeah, that we have these delineations. I think that's a big thing about growing up, is you realize how unfair the world is, and that can be a really painful part, but it's an important part. And what are you going to do about it? And I think that's what you get with this movie, is that Baby realizes that she doesn't want to live in that kind of world, and that she's going to do something about it. And you don't need, in the remake that they did a couple of years ago, they had this coda, they had this ending that supposedly, of what happens with Baby. But that shows a lack of trust, I think, in the audience, that we need that kind of ending. We don't need it. We know Baby. We know what she's going to go on to do. And so I think it's really shows how well the character development is done in the story. I think the script is actually really solid in Dirty Dancing. Sure, it's predictable, and don't nobody puts Baby in a corner is kind of a corny line, but I think it works, and you feel that sense of victory. You feel that sense of satisfaction that this coming of age moment has happened, and you need that kind of victory, I guess, in for the character, because she sacrifices a lot and she learns so much. And it's a great moment, and I love the dancing scenes. I as someone who can't dance to save my life, I find stuff like that really entertaining. And Patrick Swayze is so good in this movie. He's so charismatic, and I think their chemistry between him and Jennifer Grey is really good. And I think Jerry Orbach is really good. I think his character makes sense. All of his choices for who he is as a person feel valid, and I understand them. And I just really think it's a really good coming of age movie. I think that it captures a moment, and there is some criticism about the music because it's supposed to be set in 1963, and it definitely is very 80s version of the 1960s. But I still really like the music, so that's not a problem for me. Maybe it's just because I've grown up listening to it my whole life, and so it's just kind of part of me, that music. But I love the movie. It's one of my favorites, and I'm normally not a huge fan of coming of age movies because the characters can be so unlikable. But with Baby, she's never unlikable. You understand where she's coming from. That I think we can all relate to that, and we've had those eye-opening experiences as people. We realize the world is kind of flawed, and that we're going to have to try to make some kind of difference in what's around us. And I think you see that with Baby here. And I think that the movie is just a really good movie. I love it. So let me know what you think. I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. Let me know what you would give it. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. Consider becoming a patron. We're so grateful for our patrons. And we also have our merch store, which has tons of rom-com inspired merch. So check that out as well. And thank you so much. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everyone.